What's up, y'all? D, no wheel drive 229 here, and today we're going to be looking at the 2018 Audi S5. Kind of just giving you a brief, I guess, preview of it, overlook, how I think it's going to be. Definitely let me know your side of the story too, what you think. You looking forward to it? So, let's dive into it. First of all, we got to talk about the looks. So they've released several pictures, and you actually can see a couple videos on YouTube of it at car shows and whatnot. And I feel like we should talk about the looks first, because I know for me personally, that was probably the greatest attribute of the S5 and most Audis in general. I believe like that's kind of their calling card, why a lot of people are interested in them, is the fact of the branding, the fact that it is an Audi, and that's just kind of cool in itself for some reason. I'm not sure why, but people seem to like Audi, and they all seem to look good. Especially this generation, the B8, the B8.5, S5 were some of the best looking cars on the road, period, and definitely in the segment of the, kind of sports coupes or whatever. So really love this generation of Audi. The 2018, looking at the pictures, at first I wasn't sure. If you'll notice, the front kind of slopes down a bit more. Looks like they kind of like tucked it in, or kind of like took it and pulled it down over the front hood or something. Not quite sure how I feel about that. But after I saw some videos of it, it looks way better in the videos. And then I was talking to a salesman at Audi. He was like, if you see one in person, then it looks even better. So I guess I'm going to have to reserve judgment for, when I see one in person. But it doesn't appear to look a whole lot worse, at least. But definitely different. And as of right now, I kind of still like how this generation that I have, the last generation, looks. So that's what I think about the exterior, at least. I know there's some new features though. I know the front headlights, the daytime running LED lights, they're a little different. And also I believe the tail lights, they're LED and they're 3D now. So that'll be kind of different. I know the M4 GTS, I think, has 3D tail lights, LEDs. So I know it looks really good on that. It's kind of hard to tell, obviously, in pictures or even videos, how all that looks. So definitely gonna have to reserve judgment, but I don't think they totally messed it up. So as far as the exterior looks goes, we'll have to see, but it doesn't appear to be too bad. Interior wise, it looks better. I mean, obviously this generation wasn't bad at all, but it looks like they were successful in developing a natural progression for the interior. We got the quilted leather, which I think is nice. I don't think you could get that in the past generation S5. And that's a really nice touch that was, usually only reserved for your RS models or your R8s. And that quilted leather is a really, really nice touch. I'm glad they put that in there. As far as the features and the layout of the interior, based on the pictures I've seen, it all looks nice. Typical Audi, top-notch quality. I know some of the features it has. Now it has the heads-up display. So that's really cool. Also, it has the, what is it called? Let me make sure I get the name right. Oh, it's called traffic jam assist. And so that means that I think if you're going below 40 miles an hour, it's kind of like a semi-autonomous mode, basically. So it'll kind of like brake and kind of accelerate for you in slow traffic. So, obviously in Atlanta, Georgia, that's going to be, worth its weight in gold, because it's not a matter of when you're going to get stuck in traffic here. So that's a really nice feature. Just a lot of new features as far as interior gadgets, stuff like that. Oh, that's going to be top-notch quality though. So, you're not even worried about that. But let's get to the meat and bones of it, the performance differences. So obviously we started out with a V8 in the B8 S5, and the one I'm sitting in has a 3-liter supercharged engine. Well, for 2018, they're going with the 3-liter again, but they're going to turbo it. Or it is turboed. And so horsepower has gone up to 354, I believe. Yes, horsepower is 354 and torque is 369 pound-feet. And so that's up a bit from this generation. I think it was 330 about horsepower. Same around for torque. So, up 20 or 30 horsepower. based on the numbers that have been reported, it doesn't make a big difference. 0 to 60, they're still reporting. Audi says 4.4, but some of the other Car and Driver I've looked at has a bit higher time, so I'm not sure which one is more accurate. I think Car and Driver said 4.7, but you know, somewhere around the mid 4-second range, which is pretty similar to what we have here. Also, sadly, they axed the manual, so I can't get my baby anymore. So, but I mean, all car manufacturers are pretty much doing that, so that's not a surprise. But the only transmission available is a 8-speed automatic, so they also ditched the 7-speed dual clutch. But all reports say that the new 8-speed automatic, they say it's still just as fast, shifts just as fast, which makes sense because at this power level there wasn't really a reason to have a dual clutch. Not really. So the 8-speed, they say it still sounds good, still shifts reasonably fast, so that's, you know, definitely another new addition is the 8-speed. But performance wise, based on everything that I've read, it feels like pretty much a lateral move, and I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, you know, today we're seeing great leaps from the next generation of cars. I mean, take for example the Chevy Camaro. Huge difference in looks, not only that, but performance. The difference in performance from a 2015 2016 Camaro is a vast difference. And you know, you look at some other cars, you look at the Porsche Cayman, the new 2017, or just, you know, most manufacturers, especially performance cars like an S5, are taking great leaps forward in performance when they come out with a new generation. But I feel like they didn't really do that. I feel like the S5 hasn't really gotten much faster since back in 05, 08, whenever the V8 one came out. I mean, this one isn't any faster, and based on everything I'm reading, the 2018 one isn't much faster than that old V8 one. So I kind of wish Audi would put a bit more power in here, especially because the more time goes on, an S5 that already borderline doesn't make sense for performance, especially at the price, is just going to get further and further behind the competition. And even though it's a very nice car, very luxurious, especially with the new features I'm reading about, you can't complain about that. But eventually, if they don't up the performance a bit more, they're gonna kind of be left behind by the 435i's, by the, you know, Mercedes C43s. And so I feel like they need to maybe focus a bit more on performance. But other than that, I mean, I'm kind of interested to drive one myself. I definitely probably won't get one, looking for a bit more performance, but I just briefly gave you, you know, my thoughts on it, you know, but I gotta reserve it till I drive it. But let me know what you all think. You think it's a good move to get an 18 S5? Will you be switching up? All my Audi guys, let me know. Definitely everybody else looking at an Audi. This has been D, No Wheel Drive 229. Don't forget to like, subscribe, please subscribe, comment, share. Also let us know in the comments kind of what direction you want us to go with the channel. Do you like these videos like this where we just kind of in the car talking? Do y'all want only reviews? What do y'all want? You all want more shenanigans? Just let us know what you want. But yeah, y'all have a great day. Subscribe.
It's for